Sometimes you come across a piece of writing that's so much more than just words on a page. In Elif Shafak's incredible novel, The 40 Rules of Love, there's this one short passage, and it's not just beautiful, it's this powerful metaphor for how our minds actually work. It really helps us answer a huge question about ourselves.
And that question is this. When a new idea, a new experience, or even a new person enters your life, what actually happens inside your head? Does it really leave a mark, or does it kind of just vanish without a trace?
So, the text asks us to picture something really simple. Imagine you're holding a stone, and you're about to drop it into water. Easy, right? But here's the kicker. Where you drop that stone, well, that changes absolutely everything. This one image is the key to the whole idea. Okay, so let's break this metaphor down. You've basically got two main players here. The stone, right, the thing that gets dropped, and then you have the water, the thing that receives it. And it's how these two interact that tells us, well, pretty much everything about how we process the world around us.
First up, the stone. Now, this isn't just a literal rock. Think of the stone as anything new that enters your consciousness. It could be a mind-blowing idea you read in a book, an experience that totally flips your perspective, or even meeting a person who changes your entire world. That's the stone.
All right, let's look at scenario number 1. We take that very same stone, that new idea, and we drop it into a fast-flowing, turbulent river. So, what happens? Well, the first thing Shafak points to is the sheer noise. A river like that is just loud. It's constant motion, constant sound. There's so much happening already that the little plunk of the stone is completely drowned out. It's just more sensory input in an already overloaded system. And it's not just noisy, it's chaotic. The current is powerful, it's constantly churning and pulling everything along with it. There's no stillness, no moment of peace for anything to settle or be properly observed. And I love how the text puts this. It says, the river will consider it just another movement of chaos. It's like the river itself doesn't even notice. The impact is nothing special, just one more disturbance in a sea of disturbances. The uniqueness of the event is totally lost. So the bottom line is this. The stone makes a splash, and then, poof, it's gone. Swallowed by the current, its impact is instantly lost and forgotten. The river is left completely unchanged. But now for the second scenario. We take the exact same stone, but this time we drop it into a calm, still lake. And this is where the contrast becomes so incredibly powerful. Just listen to this phrasing. The impact isn't just heard, it's made visible. In the quiet of the lake, the smallest disturbance doesn't get lost at all. Instead, it becomes the center of attention, displayed for all to see on that glassy surface. And what follows is the perfect illustration of true absorption. That initial contact isn't the end, it's just the beginning. The circle forms. Then the ripples expand, their influence growing, traveling outward until they've touched every single part of the lake, all the way to the shore.
So we have these two powerful, opposite images. A stone lost in a river, and a stone transforming a lake. But what does this actually mean for us, for our own minds?
Well, this is the heart of the metaphor. The river is the chaotic mind, too busy, too noisy, too distracted to truly receive anything new. An idea falls in, but it's instantly lost. The lake, on the other hand, represents a calm, receptive mind. When an idea enters, it doesn't vanish. It resonates, it expands, and it changes everything. So what this metaphor reveals is a fundamental choice. We can approach the world and all its incoming ideas and experiences in one of two very distinct ways. And this is a powerful moment for a little self-reflection. Think about your daily life. Is your mind a rushing river where insights from a conversation or a book get swept away by the next notification? Or do you cultivate the stillness of a lake, allowing a single thought to ripple out and transform your entire perspective? And that brings us to the final, incredibly powerful takeaway from this whole metaphor. See, it's not just about what happens to the stone, but what happens to the water itself. Just let that sink in for a second. The river moves on, utterly unchanged, but the lake, once touched by that stone, is permanently altered. The memory of the ripple remains. That experience becomes part of its very nature. In a receptive mind, real change is irreversible.
Ultimately, this metaphor leaves us with a choice. We can't always control the stones that life throws our way, but we can choose the state of our own mind. So the next time a new idea, a new challenge, or a new person arrives in your life, you have to ask yourself, which one will I be? The river or the lake?